Today we want to briefly go over the Miller Analogies test, the MAT, the Miller Analogies test. Essentially, the Miller Analogies test is a test that is designed to measure analytical thinking, to see the logical relationship between pairs of terms. And this is used often in graduate schools as an entrance exam along with the GRE. It helps measure not whether or not you've mastered a great deal of material. There's a lot of standardized tests that test whether or not you have the information, like Jeopardy. Have you memorized a lot of facts and information, formulas and figures that you can then regurgitate or spit out? The Miller Analogies test says, hey, can you tell the difference or see the logical connection between terms and between words? So it follows the format, A is to B as C is to D. This is to something as another thing is to something else. And you need to know the relationship, the logical relationship between the pair you already have in order to find the proper answer for the pair you don't have. So basically it measures analytical thinking skills. Analogies are a pair of terms with a common relationship, and you need to find out what that relationship is through your logical deduction and thinking. You have to know what the terms are and what they mean, see the relationship between them, and then find the answer. And it will be seen on the test in this format, A colon B colon colon C colon D. So it can be read this way, A is to B as C is to D. And I've got an example up here, very simple, straightforward one. And it would be read like this. It would look like this on the test. You'd have two terms, double colon, a blank, and another term. Now this blank can occur anywhere, any position amongst the four. And so what you have to do is find the pair that you do have and then find the correct answer based on the pair that you already have to fill in the blank. So sun is today as blank is tonight. And you have answers that you can then draw on. So you need to know the relationship between what the sun is to the day and then look at the answers here to figure out what then would correspond with night. So, you know, sometimes nighttime is scary, but scary night, scary as tonight, is that what the sun is to the day? Is that a common relationship, a logical relationship? Sun is today as dog is tonight? Is it a three-dog night? You know, is it cold? Is that what we're talking about here? Sun is today as moon is tonight? Or sun is today as light is tonight? And by looking at the pair here and looking at the answers you have there, you're supposed to be able to analyze and logically deduce that the correct answer is, in fact, C, that the sun is to the day as the moon is to the night. Once again, this is not something that you can just memorize by brute force. You have to understand the analogy. You have to understand the logical connection between the two terms in order to get the correct answer. I picked a very simple one here, and of course they run the gamut on the test from simple to extremely complex. But the Miller Analogies test, once again, is not designed to measure how much information you've absorbed, how much facts and figures you have to draw on. It is a measure of your ability to reason analogically, to reason analytically, to reason things out. And the reason this is important is, as they've tested and used it, they've found that those who test high on analytical thinking and logical deduction tend to do well in graduate school, whereas those who have a hard time verbally understanding the connection between words don't seem to do as well. Now, it's not the main test for graduate schools these days, that's the GRE, but the MAT is still used in a given context, trying to measure then, once again, the ability to reason analytically. Anyway, this has just been a basic overview of the format and the use for the Miller Analogies test. If you'd like to learn more about this and other things related to it, underneath this video, you'll see a link. If you'll click on that link, it'll take you to the website that has that information. And while you're on that website, you'll also find a link to an ebook that's ready for immediate download.